You're watching the Sunoco Minor League Cricket Championship, brought to you by our 2023 partners.
Hello and a very warm welcome to the Tigers Park here in Chicago. We are here for the 2023 Minor League Cricket Championship, the Sunoco Minor League Cricket Championship, and the latest encounter is coming to you between Chicago Tigers and Michigan Cricket Stars. Chicago Tigers have won the toss and they have elected to bowl first. The two openers have made it to the middle. Rizwan Chima is at the non-striker end and Nick Curtin is facing the first ball. A low full toss, squeeze away through the offside field. The outfield is pretty heavy, quite thick green grass there here at the Tigers Park, and a couple of runs to get things going. Looking forward to an exciting contest because Chicago Tigers, at the moment in this year's championship, they have only played 2 games, a no result and a victory under their belt already, sitting on 3 points. As we watch Sinha looking for that fuller length once again. It'll be very, very hard to pierce the infield and the outfield as well because of this heavy nature of the outfield. But in the power play, we can expect both the batters to go hard and affect some big boundaries. Probably their best bet will be to go the aerial route, looking at the outfield. This is in the air, but in the gap, couple of bounces, screams away to the boundary. That's a good start for Curtin. Sinha still looking for that full length, but on that occasion allowed Curtin to free his arms down on one knee with a little bit of flair, thumping boundary. And that's a decent start. He found the middle of the bat on all three deliveries. And that should do his confidence a world of good. See, deep wide third man in the background. A wide slip in place. Playing a miss on that occasion. There was still room there, but the length was the in-between length. That's why Nick Curtin was just caught on the crease and just wafted at it. Lucky he didn't get a bat onto it. 2023 Sunoco Minor League Cricket Championship has gotten off to a rollicking start. We've already seen exciting cricket, and I was talking about that victory that Chicago Tigers back. They chased down 174 with ease inside 18 overs against a strong Chicago Kingsmen side, as this one has really jacked back into the left-hander and carried very, very nicely to the wicketkeeper. Sinha has finally got his line and his length right. This was just about the perfect delivery from right arm around the wicket angle, angling the ball in and perhaps straightening down the line at the very last minute. That carry will also encourage Sinha. Gives him the charge. Curtin looking for that quick run. The non-striker was a bit hesitant. Chima is not known for his brisk running, but probably Curtin wanted to steal the strike, which he was able to do so. A single to finish off the first over. After first over, the Michigan Cricket Stars 7-0.
Took that last corner pretty quick.
Sir, I need one hand on the roof, one hand on the pump.
Timeout for Sunoco Go Rewards.
Keep pumping.
With new Sunoco Go Rewards, when you fuel, you save, because rewards come first.
Gorgeous sunny afternoon. Like I was mentioning earlier, that the outfield seems a little thick and it may be a bit difficult for the batters to execute the ground strokes. So, not that in this format of the game they try to do that, but people who can hit the long ball and aerial shots may have a good day. If you watch the first ball, Farhan Ali strays in line and clipped away nicely there by Nick Curtin for another boundary. He's gotten away a couple of boundaries of both the new ball bowlers. Farhan Ali starting off with the loosener. Curtin is in no mood to spare them. And that's the power play. That's the advantage that these two need to take. Curtin has faced all the 7 deliveries so far, which means that Chima is still watching things from the non-striker end. Farhan Ali, bit of a difficult start on the first 2 deliveries for him. Now the full toss off the bottom of the bat, but that's a short boundary on that side and bounces away down the hill for another boundary. Farhan Ali is really having a difficult start. 2 boundaries and a wide. Flashing blade once again. Width on offer. This is a fantastic start. Farhan Ali struggling with his line. Bowling both sides of the wicket. Once again, when you offer the left-handers that much room, he's going to go after it. And Curtin is in the mood. This one is attacking the stumps, but once again, Curtin with a big booming backlift was looking for a big stroke. Runs hard between the wickets. Still keeps Chima at bay. No strike for the Canadian hard hitter yet, as Curtin has added 2 more runs to his total. Moved to 21 now of just 10 deliveries. And he's faced all the 10 deliveries so far. This time off the edge. Farhan Ali will be happy to see the back of Curtin for the time being. Not to say that Chima would be blocking anything. He's known for his big hits as well. Just played in the Global T20 League in Canada. Had a subdued affair over there. He's getting ready to take up his first delivery. As we watch Farhan Ali bowling to Rizwan Chima. Slightly wide. Umpire had given it a good thought and then calls it over. Nothing doing for Rizwan Chima on the first delivery. Another expensive one for Farhan Ali comes to an end. The Michigan Cricket Stars 23 for 2.
वक्त आ गया है लक्ष्मी बासमती राइस को घर लाने का। लक्ष्मी एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती राइस। इसका हर दाना हो इतना लंबा, पकते हुए महके और प्लेट पे क्या खूब खिले।
हाँ, मेरे घर लाने का।
Rizwan Chima has an opportunity to face Sinha now. Just played one delivery. Nicholas Curtin has really gotten off the blocks really quickly. 23 of 12 deliveries. And that means that his team has gotten away to a very good start. Big heave there towards the length ball. Rizwan Chima really likes them in that area. But as you can see, he's looking to play it straighter, but in the end, because of the length and the angle that Sinha created, he had to drag it towards the onside. But he has got off the mark and got his first run. Curtin once again going for that big hit. No timing on that occasion. Sinha, since the first 3 deliveries of his first over, has really found good areas. First to left-hander Curtin in the previous over, and at the beginning of this over to Chima. It's an awkward angle for right arm over the wicket, ball right arm around the wicket to the left-hander. If he can get it right, Curtin is looking over his shoulder to the onside field. Probably that's his preferred area. This time outside the off-stump shot and caught it away. Heavy outfield will mean the ball will plug in the deep. But a couple more runs to Nicholas Curtin as he's trying to explain to Chima that we have to run hard because this ball isn't going to travel on this outfield. We got to run hard, and that's quite a sensible thing to do because you have to keep the scoreboard moving in amongst those boundaries and those big hits. Slow delivery, change of pace, excellent delivery from Sinha. It's a good comeback, just 4 of the over so far. And not that the change of pace was a deception, but the area in which he landed that slow delivery also caught Curtin in 2 minds. Excellent bowling. Slight change in field. That deep third fielder has been called back into the circle. This angle, it looks like it's backward point, slightly behind square on the offside, inside the ring. Another change of pace, another good delivery, a little fumble from the wicketkeeper. Chima wasn't going to go for this single. That means that he will keep the strike. 3 overs gone. The Michigan Cricket Stars, 27 for none.
What's up, Doug? What got into you?
At Sunoco, we know how to fuel peak performance. Fuel your best.
Fuller length there from Farhan Ali. Chima once again dragging it slightly towards the onside. Ball was way outside the off stump. Hasn't found his rhythm yet, Rizwan Chima. Just 3 deliveries in the middle though. He's very capable of making it all up if he gets into his groove. Yorker, dipping Yorker there from Farhan Ali. Rizwan Chima has got himself off the strike now. And the dangerous Curtin is back on strike. Quite a tall, elegant left-hander, although we've just seen brute power from him. You could tell he has the making of a pretty good batter. This one is a slow delivery, no ball, and the wicketkeeper has fumbled as well. Fielder scrambling around to save the boundary, but to no avail. And this is early troubles there for Chicago Tigers. They've been put under a lot of pressure, and now the wicketkeeper has conceded 4 byes. Farhan Ali didn't cover himself in glory either by bowling a no ball, and that will be a free hit inside the power play for Nicholas Curtin. Walked right across his stumps. Farhan Ali repeated the delivery, didn't repeat the mistake of overstepping. Neither did the wicketkeeper, who collected it on the bounce. Early signs would suggest that the ball is really not coming onto the bat. It's gripping if you take the pace off. So probably pace off will be the order of the day for the teams. Early signs though. This start is really helping Michigan Cricket Stars. This one is short and wide. Fielder is giving the chase, but to no avail. Once again, powerfully drilled. Width was on offer, but despite that heavy field, enough timing and power there from Nicholas Curtin to get the ball over the fence. Inconsistent from Farhan Ali after a couple of good deliveries. Once again, he was guilty of providing Nicholas Curtin too much room, and he capitalized. Moves on to 33, Nicholas Curtin. Too wide. We'll have to wait for the umpire signal. Yep, indeed. Very, very indifferent from Farhan Ali. He's been taken for 27 runs in his 10 legal deliveries. Like I was saying, it looks like the wicket will help slower bowlers, and run scoring may not be that easy later on in the day. Another big swing and a miss. Keeper scrambling to his right, was able to stop the ball, couldn't collect it cleanly, but knocked it down, did enough to prevent any run scoring. Slow delivery off the edge and taken. Beautifully held with one hand, going towards his left. That was flying off the edge. And Nicholas Curtin's bright and breezy knock has been brought to an end by a Farhan Ali slow delivery. Width there, but not enough pace. And he was just falling away from the shot, Nicholas Curtin. His weight was back on his heels. That's why he couldn't get any timing, any control over it. But he's played a wonderful hand, giving his team a very, very good start. He's gone for 33 now, and Michigan Cricket Stars 38 for 1. Patel is the new bowler. Inside the power play. First sign of spin as this one has been lifted over the infield. Rizwan Cheema got the ball in his arc. On that occasion, he was not looking to hit it too hard. Just caressed it. But those strong forearms, big heavy bats these days, was enough to take it almost all the way. Just a one bounce four there for Rizwan Cheema. Once again angling in. This time Cheema gives it the full Monty. Couple of bounces over the fence once again. Tail's been guilty of bowling into the arc. Once again, too full on that occasion. And allowed Cheema to get underneath it. Very, very strong bottom hand player, Rizwan Cheema. Oh, full toss. Once again, Cheema has given it the treatment, but well saved there on the boundary. Chicago Tigers needs to lift their game. And this has been a sloppy start from Patel. Kamran Sheikh is the new batter. This one was better, flatter, angling in, running in with the arm, cramping the new batter for space. Another good delivery on that occasion. Just slowed it up, mixing his pace very nicely. Kamran Sheikh can have a couple of sighters. I spoke too soon because he wasn't prepared to let this one go. Once again, guilty of bowling too full. And Patel's over has ended with the maximum. Kamran Sheikh, 2 blocks and bang. This is T20 cricket for you. Five gone, 54 for 1.
वक्त आ गया है लक्ष्मी बासमती राइस को घर लाने का। लक्ष्मी एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती राइस, इसका हर दाना हो इतना लंबा, पकते हुए महके और प्लेट में क्या खूब खिले।
हाँ, मेरे घर लाने का।
The Michigan Cricket Stars lineup. Next man slated to come in, Zishan Maqsood, very, very renowned international cricketer from Oman. Then Mohammad Mohsin, very, very talented all-rounder, leg spinner, and a very, very capable bat. So there is some depth there in batting for Michigan Cricket Stars. Chicago Tigers, you have to say, have been a bit sloppy in terms of their execution of their plans with the ball. Ball in different lines and lengths. A little bit sloppy in the field as well. The wicketkeeper has led a boundary, and which means that they have now conceded 54 in 5 overs, which is very, very good from Michigan Cricket Stars. Chima got 16 in the last over of Patel. He hit a couple of boundaries to begin the over and a maximum to end it. Now Kamran Sheikh will be on strike, ready to take up his first delivery. Another left arm spin is about to be introduced. Shani. He rolled his fingers on his warm-up deliveries. Looks like quite a long run-up. Maybe he realizes he would need to rely on change of pace at some stage. Seam up for the first delivery though. Now with Chima and Sheikh in the middle, we are not going to see some rapid running between the wickets. But Chima has found his groove. He didn't get a lot of strike in the first 3 overs, but he's now quickly moved to 18 of 10. He'll be looking to go big in the last over of the power play. Shani, like he was practicing before his spell started, rolls his fingers over this one. Get a little bit of extra bounce as well. Areas are very important. Good areas. Ask the batters the question, and if they deposit you from there, then you can say well played. But if you given ample opportunities in terms of width or balling in the slot in their areas, then you have no one else to blame for but yourselves. Looking to run it down, Kamran Sheikh. This power play has been good for Michigan Cricket Stars just because of the power that Chima possesses, and before him, Nicholas Curtin is able to clear the fence, bludgeon the ball on this heavy outfield. Orthodox batters may struggle as Shani gets away with this one. Probably got something along the way. Kamran Sheikh was looking to glide it towards fine leg. Not a bad over at all from Shani. He's mixing his pace quite nicely. Chima will look to finish the power play with a big hit. Angling away. Wide given. Not a bad tactic there from Shani. He's looking to hide the ball away from Chima's arc. We know that Chima likes to swing it towards that cow corner. With that left arm over the wicket angle, Shani's pushing the ball away, asking Chima to drag it from there, which will be a very difficult hit towards onside. Goes with the angle this time, but again too wide. Or was it? It looks like the umpire signaled a wide, but I think he's called over. Chima's not happy about it. Power play done and dusted. The Michigan Cricket Stars 58 for 1.
Took that last corner pretty quick.
Sir, I need one hand on the roof, one hand on the pump.
Timeout for Sunoco Go Rewards.
Keep pumping.
With new Sunoco Go rewards, when you fuel, you save because rewards come first.
The batting card. Nice cameo there from Curtin. Quick fire 33. (2023) Sunoco Minor League Championship in full swing. We've started early this weekend, starting from a game today. That is Friday afternoon at the Tigers Park. Prithvish Patel has been given the ball. Another seam up option there for Chicago Tigers. Sheikh looking to swing on another wide delivery. A wide Yorker outside the off stump, probably not a bad option. we're going to see more and more of these cutters as the day progresses. It looks like if you get this one in the right areas, probably the most difficult ball to hit. He's talking about Chicago Tigers season so far: 2 games, 3 points, a win and a no result. Michigan Stars with a win and a loss. Be a double header of these games over this weekend, so we're going to have the same teams play tomorrow as well. So it's an opportunity for both the teams to progress in the table. Swing and a miss. Another change of pace. Really close and tight to that tram line, which is a guide for the umpire for the white ball. Just inside it. Chima and Sheikh having a few words. Chima probably getting restless. He's found his rhythm. He doesn't want to be staying there at the non-striker end for too long. Looking to run it down. Not enough pace there. A little bit of extra bounce as well. This is good from Patel. Chicago Tigers need to make a comeback now that the power play is done. They have more protection. They can have more fielders outside the ring. But more so, they find the right areas. They can make life very difficult for these big hitting Tigers batters, as this one is off the edge. This is short, boundary over there and downhill. Tumbling effort by the fielder at third wasn't enough to prevent the boundary. Look at that, it's a very steep hill down there. And the ball gathers pace despite thick grass in that area. As soon as it goes downhill, the fielder wasn't able to judge the pace on the ball. Always have a feeling that he was a step behind the ball and in the end couldn't prevent the boundary. Spoils the good over. 7 gone, 65 for 1.
वक्त आ गया है लक्ष्मी बासमती राइस को घर लाने का। लक्ष्मी एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती राइस। इसका हर दाना हो इतना लंबा, पकते हुए महके और प्लेट पे क्या खूब खिले।
हाँ, मेरे घर लाने का।
Shivshani will continue. Chima gives him the charge and he watches the ball sail over the boundary and into the safety net. That is what Chima is known for. He realized Shani doesn't have a lot of pace, so he advanced down the wicket, created his own length and room as well, because he moved slightly to the leg side of the ball so he can free his arms. And he did it to very, very nice effect there. Another maximum for Rizwan Chima. Talking about this Michigan Cricket Stars season, they got a victory against St. Louis American and were on the receiving end against the same opposition. As we watch, Chima gets a leg stump half volley. Has he got enough on it? No! In fact, he got caught quite inside the rope, just about 15 to 20 yards inside the mid-wicket boundary. Not enough pace once again. And Shivshani's cutter has done for Chima. He was looking to reach for it. Clearly defeated by the pace. That's why he couldn't get any timing on it. And once again, when a batter looks set and looking to change gears, have lost his wicket. This time it's Chima. Gone for 26. The Stars 71 for 2. 71 for 2, Michigan Cricket Stars. Shivshani has got himself a wicket. He'll be bowling to the new batter. Dar takes the first delivery, extra bounce there, wicketkeeper standing up. Shivshani is mixing it up quite nicely. He did concede a 6 to Chima on the first delivery of the over, but then he had the last laugh. Sent the big Canadian packing with another cutter. Held nicely in the deep. Dar off the mark with a single down the ground. Skipper Zishan Maqsood has held himself back. Sent Razali Dar. He's a very talented cricketer. Handy bat and a good spinning option as well for the Michigan Cricket Stars. So they're packed with spinning all-rounders in their middle order. Razali Dar and then Zishan Maqsood himself, a tidy left-arm leg spinner, and Mohammad Mohsin, the leg spinner. As Shani's over has come to an end, a successful one. 8 gone, Michigan's Cricket Stars, 72 for 2.
What's up, Doug? What got into you?
At Sunoco, we know how to fuel peak performance. Fuel your best.
Both the openers gotten off to a start but couldn't kick on. Both Chima and Curtin left their side in a very, very good position. But as we've noticed so many times in T20 cricket, over number 7 to 14, most of the times it change the complexion of the innings if the wickets keep falling. They have to be very, very careful here. That middle phase, even as little a duration of this T20 game is, still that middle phase does require a partnership. And that partnership give them a platform to launch big towards the end. As Sheikh and Razali Dar in the middle. Sheikh is the right-hander, looking to charge down the wicket. Patel saw him coming, dropped the length, and good bounce as well. That's good cricket from the Chicago Tigers. Certainly looking to make a comeback here. Wristy flick will just earn him a single. I was talking about the prowess of the Michigan Cricket Stars with the ball. If you consider they have the luxury of playing 3 specialist batters, all of whom are capable to bowl 10 overs each. And this is what I'm talking about. Razali Dar, Zishan Maqsood, and also Mohammad Mohsin. And with being a left-arm spinner, an off spinner, and a wrist spinner, they seem to have good balance to their side. Any team will, if your 3 middle-order batters are able to bowl. As Razali Dar has run this down to third for a single. Looks like these two have decided to do exactly what I was suggesting, just to build a little platform and not allow Chicago Tigers to come back into the game by taking regular wickets. Going for the big one. Sheikh was falling away from the line of the ball, and that's why couldn't get all of it. Was taken in the deep once again. The wickets are falling. Couldn't resist the temptation, as is the case so often with these modern day batters. Charging down the wicket, in the end left himself too far away from the ball and could barely access it. It was caught well inside the long off fence. And that means that Kamran Sheikh will have to take the long walk back. He's gone for 7, and Chicago Tigers are making a comeback. They've reduced the Stars now to 75 for 3. Zishan Maqsood, by the looks of it, has made it to the middle. The national skipper for Oman. Very, very elegant left-hander. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the broadcast, though, how would he fare in this heavy outfield? He's a very, very orthodox player. He can strike big, but his strength of his game is to bat with an orthodox fashion, like he did just now, off the mark immediately, nudging the ball towards backward point. But a very, very good over there from Patel has come to an end, a successful one. And like I said, the Chicago Tigers, they're on a comeback trail. 9 overs gone, 76 for 3.
वक्त आ गया है लक्ष्मी बासमती राइस को घर लाने का। लक्ष्मी एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती राइस, इसका हर दाना हो इतना लंबा, पकते हुए महके और प्लेट पे क्या खूब खिले।
हाँ, मेरे घर लाने का।
Zishan Maqsood, having played 42 ODIs for Oman. Lets this one go. Good pace and carry there from Shiv Shani. 42 games for Zishan Maqsood, 1100 runs. His highest being 109, handy average of 30, and a strike rate of 69, 200s. Like I suggested, he's pretty orthodox. That strike rate is 120 in T20 cricket, where he's played 48 games, closing in on 1,000 runs in T20 international cricket. Pretty consistent average of 30 across formats for him. 102 being his highest in T20 internationals. Goes big on that occasion. It's very, very clever batting. He had the gap in the mind. He maneuvered the length by advancing down the wicket. Shiv Shani, who's been mixing it up, this time went with pace on. And plenty of pace off the bat as well from Zishan Maqsood. Use the angle and the pace to good effect. Also, when you have a player of his caliber and his experience in the middle, he lets this one go. Another wide. He would have really assessed the conditions and would have a total at the back of his mind what he thinks with his bowling resources he can defend. So that experience and that knowledge is also very, very important to go with the skill. Right man for the Tigers in the middle. He got on top of the bounce beautifully there. Couldn't find the gap. As a direct hit, would have had Dar, but not to be. Excellent bit of work there from the fielder at backward point. He had only one stump to aim at. Narrowly missed. The kind of comeback that Tigers are on, the trail that they're on, I mean, that wicket would really have put them back on top. Lucky escape for the Lahore left-hander who's ready to take strike. A single to finish off the over at the halfway stage. Michigan Cricket Stars, they've built a platform. They're now 83 for 3.
Took that last corner pretty quick.
Sir, I need one hand on the roof, one hand on the pump.
Timeout for Sunoco Go Rewards.
Keep pumping.
With new Sunoco Go rewards, when you fuel, you save because rewards come first.
Two left-handers in the middle. Zishan Maqsood was also named as the ICC Men's Associate Player of the Year. That was in 2022. He's born in a town called Chichawatni in Punjab, in Pakistan, and then he moved to Oman where he made a name for himself. He'll do that. He'll put the bowlers under pressure. Again, he was looking for that paddle sweep to begin with, but then he saw the length. It was too full. In the end, he had to adjust his stroke at the last minute. There's a hint of premeditation in his play in the last couple of deliveries. Slow delivery. Patel has really shown good skills, a little bit of indiscipline in terms of his line and direction where he's conceded a few wides. He's got a well-disguised slow delivery, which is working well on this pitch. It doesn't look very natural when he's looking to bludgeon the ball, Zishan Maqsood. Their projected scores that was trending quite high after the power play has now come down, and at the current rate of 8.06, the Stars will reach to 161. Raza Ali Dar is also finding it hard. Raza Ali Dar hails from Lahore in Pakistan. Handy first class cricketer. Looking to flay that ball through the offside. A direct hit will mean that they will get an overthrow. The ricochet off the stumps will allow Dar to complete a couple of runs to finish off over number 11. These two orthodox players really finding hard on this heavy outfield to hit the gaps and run hard. On that occasion, he got a bit lucky there, Raza Ali Dar. 11 gone, 88 for 3. Nice looking stroke, but won't yield more than a single. As you briefly saw on your screens, that ball really plugged up almost 20 yards inside the fence and came pretty close to the middle of the bat. Dar has been more prolific in first-class cricket himself than the shorter format. He's looking to run it down. Angle was cramping him from room all the time. Means that he couldn't get bat to ball. The pressure seems to be building now. It's a good comeback from Chicago Tigers. They've really squeezed the life out of this middle order. If we have a look at their batting chart, if you get a chance, you'll see that run rate has dipped since that power play. As Dar has lifted it up and over. It's again plugging. The ball gets plugged almost halfway through the pitch, just outside of 30-yard circle. That is a problem that we identified pretty early that the batters will have. So probably the batters with power, they're going to have much more of a say here today at the Tigers Park. Off the edge, fielders back paddling, excellent catch. This is a fantastic catch. Never easy running back, but he showed great technique. As soon as he saw the edge, he was running backwards, but running over his shoulder, keeping an eye on the ball at all times. And that means that he was in good position to take that catch. Raza Ali Dar's struggle has come to an end. He really looked out of sorts. He's gone for 10 now of 15 deliveries. Stars 92 for 4. $92 for 4 Michigan Cricket Stars. Chicago Tigers have made very, very good comeback through wickets at regular intervals. After Chima's dismissal, the scoreboard is pretty much stuck, and the wickets have fallen as well. That is not a good sign. Since over number 6 rather, after 5 overs, the scoring rate has nosedived, and in the process they've lost 3 wickets as well. Mohammad Mohsin is the next batter in. Very, very good all-round cricketer. Hailing from Peshawar in Pakistan. Has made USA his home now. He excelled with the ball in the Major League Cricket just a couple of weeks ago, but now he's got a job to do here for his team. He's off the mark with the single. Over number 12 has come to an end. 93 for 4.
वक्त आ गया है लक्ष्मी बासमती राइस को घर लाने का। लक्ष्मी एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती राइस। इसका हर दाना हो इतना लंबा, पकते हुए महके और प्लेट पे क्या खूब खिले।
हाँ, मेरे घर लाने का।
Batting card, 2 openers at the beginning. They got themselves off to a start but couldn't kick on. And since Chima's wicket fell, that was 71 in 7.2 overs. The Stars have really struggled since. Another 21 runs, 22 runs they've added in almost 5 overs. And they've also lost 3 wickets. So that is very, very good going from the Tigers. But the Michigan Cricket Stars still have time to recover because they've got 2 quality batters in the middle. And one of them will have to stay till the end. Mohsin has chipped this one into the onside. Good effort there from Patel, who chased it hard himself. There was no fielder in the ring on the onside. Realizing that the ball is not going to travel to the deep fielder, he got to it himself. Short. There was an opportunity for Zishan. Just couldn't capitalize. Just a single. Probably hurried on to him a little bit. And that's why he couldn't hit the gap that he wanted to. Went behind square. Mohsin looking to run the ball down. These dabs and little nudges on this field will only get you a single. That too if you hit it in the gap. Interesting to see what these 2 experienced and quality players come up against in the circumstances that they're facing. Other than Curtin and Chima, we've seen all the rest of the batters been pretty orthodox, lacking that power that is required in such conditions. Interesting delivery from Patel, a bit round armish. Running away with the arm from the left-handed Maqsood. Clever change of pace. Clever bowling there from Patel. He had a very difficult start in the first over when Curtin went after him. Since he's made a good comeback, another quiet over there 14 gone. As we watch the replay of last delivery, Zishan Maqsood got his pad in the way. Lucky because he was nowhere near to hit that ball, and clever disguises there from Patel means that just a leg by to finish off over number 13, 97 for 4. (2023) Sunoco Minor League Championship. Exciting game in progress. A seesaw battle between the two sides, Chicago Tigers and Michigan Cricket Stars. They've traded blows, and with the last 7 overs to go, I think the owners are pretty much even here. The game is hanging in the balance and is there for the taking for both the teams. Good contest. Maqsood is content to just keep the scoreboard ticking along. No signs of any big hits, but they have to stop the rot first and build that platform. Watch another single, Sunoco MILC, and we're very grateful to our tournament sponsors, Sunoco and also Lakshmi. It won't be possible without their help because it's a gigantic operation logistically to cover so many games, such different parts of the country, and we truly are grateful for their help and support. As 100 has been brought up for the Stars in the 14th over. Something to build on from here, but it's not been easy in the last 7 overs for them. I think it's a gigantic logistic operation as well, bringing you so many games, but all of you have the opportunity to follow Minor League Championship this year on the MLC Network on YouTube, on Twitter at MIL Cricket, MILC USA on Facebook and Instagram as well. As we watch, Mohsin opens up that offside for him and finds the gap, a much needed boundary after a long time. Good improvisation from Mohsin, moved right across his thumbs, but still was able to access that offside field because he was offered that width. He freed his arms, and that's the part of the ground where it travels relatively quickly down the hill. Cramped for space on that occasion, and good bit of work inside the circle as well. Ground fielding has been pretty good for Chicago Tigers after the power play. 14 overs have gone. Stars now 105 for 4.
What's up, Doug? What got into you?
At Sunoco, we know how to fuel peak performance. Fuel your best.
Oh, what happened there? Because Because of the heavy outfield, not much damage will be done. Mohsin was once again moving around the crease, looking at the umpire. He was expecting a wide. That'll be an interesting replay. It's strange that the wicketkeeper let it go too when it was too far from Mohsin and he let it go. In the end, all that in just the bye. Chirag Swami and Mushir Laliwala, the two umpires officiating this game. Spinners and slow bowlers have really put in the squeeze. Tirth Patel into his third over now, as Zishan has lifted him straight down the ground. An elegant blow. Fielder signaling it was a boundary, just fell inside. That's the class of Zishan Maqsood. Excellent footwork. Effortlessly lifting it over and almost clearing the fence. For once, Patel's variation, Maqsood was one step ahead of him. Moving right across his stumps, forcing Patel to bowl it wide and concede an extra. The experience of Maqsood is coming handy here for Michigan Cricket Stars. Nasty blow for the wicketkeeper. Just on the collarbone, it may seem. Flighted delivery from Patel, and look at the kick it got from a good length. Not only beaten Zishan Maqsood's slog sweep, but also took the keeper by surprise. A bit of a break. Playing on pitches like these where the bounce is a little bit invariable, and glad that they're wearing helmets these days. But we will have a break and a little bit of ponder there for the batters as well to think what approach they need in the remaining 5.1 overs. Mohsin and Maqsood discussing their strategy. Still one ball to go in the over. Boundary came after a long time in this over. A much needed one there for the Michigan Cricket Stars. Like I said, there was 71 for 1 after 7.1 overs. So you see how much of a control Tigers have had, as Maqsood is trying to fight back and does it in style. It goes all the way. A magnificent blow from the left-hander. Second evidence of this excellent footwork as well. Look at him charge down, nimble-footed, and it wasn't a half volley, but he read the length very well and got underneath it. Stylish blow. Impressive figures there. Sinha with 2 overs for just 11 at the top when the carnage was on. He really bowled with good control, but later on, the slower bowlers and the spinners have really squeezed the innings. Prithvish Patel 1 for 24. Shiv Shani was the one who started to put the brakes on, 2 for 23. Magnificent spell of bowling from him. Tirth Patel was taken to cleaners in the last over by Zishan Maqsood, but until that time he bowled with good control. Perhaps the only disappointment was Farhan Ali, who went for 27 in that power play in the first 2 overs. Talk about Sinha, he's back at the bowling crease now. Mohsin is running hard. There will be just a single there. Good partnership between two experienced players for the Michigan Cricket Stars. "21 of 20. Maqsood has caught up with his strike rate. A boundary 6 and a 4 in the last over, as this one is short. Not much timing there from Zishan Maqsood. Last 5 overs. Very crucial juncture of the game. Runs on the board will be key on this pitch, and the kind of bowling strength that Stars have, they will be very confident as we watch another quick single. Now these two have decided that they're going to try and make use of every delivery. Boundaries are hard to come by. That's the best way to keep rotating the strike. Another big blow from Maqsood, just away from the fielder. For a moment he was interested. He stayed in the air for a long time, but couldn't come around. Not enough pace for Maqsood to execute that stroke properly. It's a partnership of 29 of 24. As Mohsin has flayed it through the offside. Clear disgust from Sinha. He feared for the worst, but the fielder came around quickly, and it was just a single. Four singles, not a bad return there for Sinha. It's getting to a stage where you'd feel that each and every run is very important. Despite a good partnership, that projected score that was at 162 just a while ago has come down to 154. But we know all of this can change very quickly if a partnership flourishes. Once again, tight lines there. The length was back, but the line was such that Maqsood couldn't do anything about it. Another single to finish off over number 16, 123 for 4.
वक्त आ गया है लक्ष्मी बासमती राइस को घर लाने का। लक्ष्मी एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती राइस, इसका हर दाना हो इतना लंबा, पकते हुए महके और प्लेट पे क्या खूब खिले।
हाँ, मेरे घर लाने का।
If you look at this Manhattan after over number 5, the run scoring has been pretty much controlled by the bowlers. Just a big over number 14, was it? Over number 15 rather. And that has given some hope back to Stars of posting a reasonable total here. Tirth Patel has really bowled beautifully. He went for those runs in the previous over at the hands of Maqsood. You can see the real art of left arm spin in him, the way he changes his pace. But the challenge is big because two quality batters are at the receiving end, and this one, quick bit of work from the wicketkeeper, but Mohsin remained in his crease. The back foot was dragging, but did the wicketkeeper time his effort to perfection to remove the bails? Umpire said no. Patel once again looking to cramp and make the batters to fall over, which he almost did, but the wicketkeeper didn't help out. And extra runs conceded, 5 of them. Look, Mohsin was falling over because that line and length was so tight in the blind spot for the batter, so to speak. But the wicketkeeper wasn't good enough to move around quickly and help out his bowler in executing that leg stump stumping. This time in the arc and out of the park. Mohammad Mohsin has waited patiently for his opportunity. Run scoring hasn't been easy, but this time he found the right area in the slot, and Mohsin was good enough to make full use of it. Mohsin is in full flight, but that wicket came at the right moment because Mohsin was looking to break free. Patel has had the last laugh. Mohsin, who hit a magnificent 6 on the last delivery, tried to repeat the dose, but Patel was too good and he got rid of the dangerous Mohsin for 18. The Stars now 135 for 5. That partnership of 43 has been broken just in the nick of time for Chicago Tigers. Maqsood is still in the middle, joined by Anas Mahmood. Patel's figures may not do justice to the way he's bowled. In between, he's conceded boundary 4s and 6s, but shown good skills, and I'm sure he'll be happy with that wicket against his name. What would be Zishan thinking? Taking a lot of time, Patel, to get his field absolutely spot on, exactly where he wants it. It's not a good delivery to the newcomer. He's got a wicket on the fourth delivery of the over, and he would be looking to bowl two cheap deliveries to get out of his over and out of his spell, but he's conceded a wide. As Anas has freed his arms, glorious stroke. It's been very difficult to get the perfect timing against the slow bowlers, but Anas hit it sweetly. It wasn't half volley. He hit it on the rise, on the up, and timed it very, very sweetly. This time the slog sweep sounded very, very nice. And the result is very, very good as well. The fielder helps out the umpire. It's gone all the way. Really got hold of it. Down on one knee. He had to generate all the power all by himself because there wasn't much offer on the delivery. But he's done it beautifully. And Patel will finish with 1 for 52. Very, very expensive towards the end. 17 gone, 146 for 5. Well, Anas Mahmood has got 10 of 2 deliveries. That will ease some of the pressure off of Zishan Maqsood as well. He's batting on 24 of 24. He held the innings together. Did that recovery job that was required with Mohammad Mohsin. Like I was saying earlier when we mentioned that projected score can really change quickly. It now stands at 172 at current rate. So we look at this batting chart. The two openers got off to a good start, but that partnership in the middle between Zishan and Mohsin really give them a platform to launch 18 extras. Is another very, very disappointing fact there for the Chicago Tigers rather, in the field. But experience does tell, and that's what these two middle order batters did for the Stars. Maqsood still in the middle, looking to finish big. Farhan Ali, who's very expensive in the power play to begin with, has been given the responsibility to finish the innings. Not an easy task there. Ball in the power play, and then ball in the death when the charge is on. Maqsood, has he gotten hold of it? Yes, he has. That is a good looking stroke. Maqsood, who normally is very stylish and elegant, this time he didn't look very pretty, but mighty effective. Just a slog towards the cow corner. Still not sure if umpire has given it a 6 or a 4. It's a 4. It went Paris, landed pretty close to that boundary fence. It puts the pressure right back as 150 has been brought up by the Stars. Just looking for that ramp there, or just that glide scoop, but too full there from Farhan Ali. Maqsood was doing that towards the beginning of his innings. He was looking to premeditate. then he played in his zone, just backed his strength, took his time. A lot of singles in that knock of 29. He's barely up to a run a ball, which in T20 you may think is not a great effort, but considering the circumstances, he's really played nicely. Anas, on the other hand, is in a belligerent mood. That's his second six of 3 deliveries. Take that. Slow delivery, but in the slot. What a clean strike that was from Anas Mahmood. Boy, he's really given some impetus to this innings. Really under the cosh, Chicago Tigers, who from 6th over onward had pretty decent control of the proceedings. These last couple of overs, one from Patel and now Farhan Ali. Halfway through the over, he's already conceded 11 runs. Another big booming drive, or the attempted booming drive. No timing on that one. So what, 12 of the over with 1 to go. It's 17, I think, in the last over. So that's really propelled the Michigan Cricket Stars. Ugly Hoik from Maqsood will earn him a single. "13 of the over from Farhan Ali, 18 gone, 159 for 5.
Took that last corner pretty quick.
Sir, I need one hand on the roof, one hand on the pump.
Timeout for Sunoco Go Rewards.
Keep pumping.
With new Sunoco Go rewards, when you fuel, you save because rewards come first.
Look at those two big overs, over number 17 and 18. Like I was mentioning, over number 6 up until over number 14, they had pretty good control. That's where Mohsin and Zishan's partnership towards the end of that, from over number 15 onwards, they decided to charge the Chicago Tigers. They've lost Mohsin in the process, but Anas Mahmood has been more than an able replacement for Mohsin. Look at that strike rate, 17 of 4 deliveries. 2 action-packed overs to go. Sinha will finish off from his end. Cramped for space, Zishan. No timing on that one. Probably he's done the right thing. Got the dangerous Anas on strike. This will be interesting. Sinha has actually bowled pretty decently to the left-handers. This time he'll have to contend with Anas Mahmood. He's the right-hander looking around that onside field. Very strongly built Anas Mahmood. He's got Sinha in his sights. Slow delivery, had to wait for the ball to arrive. It's clever from Sinha. Not just the change of pace, but also the line and the length of that delivery. Nowhere near the arc of Anas Mahmood, who seems to have a very, very good eye. At this stage of the innings, the Tigers wouldn't mind giving a single away. Last 10 deliveries. They want to protect the boundaries. Zishan got under it. Not a clean strike, but would fall way short of the fielder. Zishan has looked very ungainly trying those big hits against the seam up deliveries. He did strike a few crisp blows down the ground against the spin. Even on that occasion, he was so effortless. Looks very unnatural when he goes for the powerful blows. Anas doesn't. Charges down the wicket, clever change of pace, got the extra bounce. This is very, very skillful bowling there from Sinha. He saw him coming. And not only the length, but the pace, the variation was superb and very, very well disguised. That is excellent bowling from Sinha. No wicket to show for his efforts though. As this one pace on and once again smashed down the ground by Anas. Excellent fielding in the deep. Chicago Tigers, their ground fielding has been very, very good. I have to say that. Under pressure, they've been able to hold their nerve. Once again, good effort prevents the boundary. In fact, just keeps them to a single. Even more importantly, got the dangerous Anas away from strike for this last delivery of over number 19. Just the 4 singles of 19th over. Excellent so far. Needs to finish it off strongly. In the arc position, and he's cleared the fence with ease. For once, the slow delivery landing in the arc of the left-hander, right in the slot. And Zishan Maqsood looks very effortless when he strikes down the ground. It went a long, long way. 10 of the over number 19, 169 for 5.
वक्त आ गया है लक्ष्मी बासमती राइस को घर लाने का। लक्ष्मी एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती राइस, इसका हर दाना हो इतना लंबा, पकते हुए महके और प्लेट पे क्या खूब खिले।
हाँ, मेरे घर लाने का।
So the final over coming up. This has been a very, very good onslaught from the Michigan Cricket Stars. 38 of 31 for Zishan Maqsood. Anas is 19 of 7. And he will have the strike for the beginning of the final over. Farhan Ali under pressure. 1 for 40 of his 3 overs. He's had a rough day so far. But the game isn't over yet. This is very, very important final over coming up. Starts off with a very, very sharp bumper. But given as wide, there is no justice for bowlers in this format. Must have been a very marginal call. Effort delivery, banged it in short. Look at where keeper took it. It was on the rise even when he took it. But was it over the shoulder when it passed the batter? Umpire thought so. Anas, has he got hold of it? Doesn't look like it, but he's still running in the gap and away from the fielder. The boundaries keep coming for Michigan Cricket Stars. Not off the middle of the bat on that occasion, but had enough on it to take it away from that fielder at deep square leg. This is some finish here from Michigan Cricket Stars. The score is getting into a territory where they would start to feel very, very confident. We've noticed the conditions are not ideal for batting. if you get your bearing right as a bowler. As Farhan has been carted away, a thunderous blow down the ground, hits the safety netting. Anas Mahmood on fire. Going for that Yorker right in the slot. And he holds the pose, Anas Mahmood. This has been an exhibition of some clean striking from the right-hander. Room on offer once again. Not quite as powerfully struck, but enough to earn him a boundary. Anas Mahmood, what have you had for your breakfast? Look at that. Room on offer. Another clean strike. This time not off the middle of the bat, but you see the uncomplicated swing of the bat. There is a magnificent flow and rhythm to his bat swing. That's the reason he's gone on to 31 of just 10 deliveries. Has put his team in a wonderful position. And Farhan Ali brings up the second 50 for Chicago Tigers with the ball. Patel was the first one. He went for 50 plus, and now Farhan Ali. And still, he has got 3 deliveries to go. Absolute carnage here at the Tigers Park. Mahmood quickly catching up with Maqsood. Charges down the wicket, off the edge. And this time, his innings has come to an end. He was not going to hold any prisoners. Mahmood, he went for it, off the edge. It flew to backward point. And he knew immediately that he was in trouble. But before he walks away, he's really put his team in a wonderful position. A blistering cameo of 31 for Anas Mahmood as he walks back to a standing ovation. The Stars 182 for 5. Muhammad Kamal is the new batter. He's joined his skipper Zishan Maqsood. What should Kamal do? Get a single and get Maqsood back on strike, or just has a free license to have a swing for the next 2 deliveries? 182 for 6 is a formidable total already. Takes the second option, swings at it. Thick inside edge will earn him a single and will earn Maqsood the strike for the final delivery of the innings. Final delivery coming up. Farhan Ali. Maqsood has gone big. He walks away in disdain as he sees the ball sail over the fence. This is a grandstand finish. A thunderous blow from the skipper. Really sums up the batting effort of Michigan cricket stars. And an awful day for Farhan Ali, who finishes off with the maximum of his last delivery. A day to forget for the seamer. But Zishan Maqsood will take all the plaudits alongside Anas Mahmood as his team has finished with 189 for 6 after 20 overs. Look at Maqsood's cameo, unbeaten, 44 of 32 deliveries. Really has to struggle hard at the beginning, but he stayed in the middle, used all his experience and his skill. Anas Mahmood's cameo was also breathtaking, 11 of 31. That's after a good start from the openers, Chima and Curtin. Shefshani was the pick of the bowlers in the middle, 2 for 23 of his 4. Sinha also exhibited great skills and control with the new ball and in the death overs. A day to forget for Farhan Ali and Tirth Patel. They went for more than 50 in their 4 overs, 60 in Farhan's case, 52 for Patel, and 19 extras. Also didn't help the cause for Chicago Tigers, who will need 190 from their 20 overs. A very, very formidable task against some very, very good bowling lineup from the Michigan Cricket Stars. 44, the top scorer for Zishan Maqsood. Curtin played a handy knock. Anas, breathtaking knock. May just prove the difference. Ali with the wickets, but the runs as well. Curtin got Stars off to a flying start. His first delivery was carted away despite the heavy outfield. We've seen some big hits. Power play well and truly belonged to the Stars. Curtin was very elegant with his stroke play. Left-handers always are. And that's Farhan Ali's beginning of the day. Started off with a boundary. And we know what happened towards the end. But it didn't get any better for him. There was some gifts there as well. And at this level, you can't afford to do that against the best of the players. Beautiful flow off the bat from Curtin. He was really looking nice for the time that he stayed in the middle. He really showed glimpses of what a good player he is. And that's the sloppiness, the no ball, and the 4 byes conceded by the wicketkeeper. That really was not great. And at that time, it seemed that the wheels were off. Curtin was in no mood to let up. One of the rare boundaries that went along the ground and made it to the fence on this heavy outfield. Farhan Ali briefly rejoicing after seeing the back of Curtin. That joy was short-lived for his teammates as Chima then took over. Some very loose stuff in between, some good bowling at that stage after the blistering start. Another freebie, you have to say, against the likes of Chima. That's the phase of the innings from over number 6 onwards where Chicago, they did get some control back. The boundaries were few and far between in that stage. Shefshani did provide good control. And he took immediate revenge from Chima after getting hit for that 6. He removed him with the next delivery. Most of the catching and ground fielding was pretty good from the Chicago Tigers. More evidence of that. Another high ball, another good catch. Zishan Maqsood found it tough to hit any boundaries in the beginning after that early strike. Him and Raza Ali Dar really struggled. Dar perished in the cause. Another very good catch, very difficult, running over his shoulder. That partnership between Mohsin and Maqsood really gave the Stars the impetus and that platform to launch. They took their time, but in between, Maqsood showed his style and grace and his class with 2 hits. against Patel, either side of that blow to the wicketkeeper. Very, very quick feet there from the star skipper. More extras, more indiscipline. Mohsin, as he was about to threaten to go big, lost his wicket. But then came Anas Mahmood's cameo. Wow, that was something really special. A 4 and a 6 to begin his innings. And then he never stopped. Little 11 ball innings. And in the meantime, Zishan, who was holding fort, waiting for any opportunity to pounce. But all the pressure was taken away from him by Anas. Who eventually lost his wicket in the final over. But not before he'd done the telling damage. Probably one of the shots of the day, this one. Thunderous clean strike. Followed by another one. That was his demise. For 31 of just 11. Like I said, by that time the damage was done. And the grandstand finish from the skipper. And that walk would suggest to you that he's walking to the dugout with content that his team has done enough with the bat, it may seem. 44 not out for him. Curtin and Mahmood, the other notable scorers. 189 they made, and 190 will be the target for Chicago Tigers. When we come back with the run chase, at the moment is an innings break, and we'll be right back with the run chase in just a few moments. Welcome back to Tiger Park. We're ready for the run chase. Very, very quick turnaround. Both the teams and the umpires have made it, and the innings has started off with the dot. Subramaniam is the man taking strike for Chicago Tigers. And Raju is the bowler. 190 is the target, remember. Power play once again will be very, very important as Chicago Tigers are off and running. We saw a blistering first innings, and it really was not plain sailing for throughout the 20 overs. They started off very nicely, the Michigan Cricket Stars, and then they were packed back. But that closing of the innings was pretty grandstand, I have to say that. Anas and Zishan Maqsood really put their team in a good position. Nityananda also off the mark. Like I said, the Tigers, with one win and one no result, are sitting on 3 points. Michigan Cricket Stars, 1 win, 1 loss, 2 points. As first wicket and an early dismissal as well. Subramaniam was giving the charge. Raju saw him, dropped the length, and bowled wide of him as well. He was barely reaching at it, got the bottom of the bat, and an easy take behind the stumps. Early blow for Chicago Tigers. That's the start they didn't want. But Michigan Cricket Stars carrying on that momentum that they had towards the end of the innings as Subramaniam takes the long walk back. He'll be disappointed. Gone for 1. Tigers 2 for 1. Early wicket is not ideal, never ideal, especially if you're chasing a big score. Subramaniam, he's gone for scoring just 1, but now Patel is in the middle. Raju hasn't got much of a run up, but that delivery stride and that use of the shoulder, that's pretty strong suits of his action. And that was evident when he got rid of Subramaniam, the way he banged the ball short, got big, and it was too far away from Subramaniam. Once again, rushing the batter on that back foot, Raju. Excellent start for the Michigan Cricket Stars in the field. First over has come and gone. 2 for 1, the Tigers.
What's up, Doug? What got into you?
At Sunoco, we know how to fuel peak performance. Fuel your best.
Kamal, the left armer. Just a little bit of shape into the right-hander. A left armer, if he can bring the ball back into the right-hander, becomes very, very dangerous with the new ball. He did get that swing, but not the correct line, as wicketkeeper was scrambling to his right. His left, rather. Late swing, even after it passed the batter. It posed the challenge to the wicketkeeper. There is swing. If he can get his line right, he can be a handful. Good pace as well from Kamal. This one's in the arc. These modern day batters, they don't hang around. They don't hold back. As soon as he saw the ball in his arc, his eyes lit up. Beautiful straight swing of the bat. Great connection. This one went away with the angle. Slight adjustment in length there from Kamal. Nityanandan. After the loss of his opening partner, will have to dig deep in this power play. Another fumble by the wicketkeeper. Kamal looked interested. Did it get something along the way? We wouldn't know, but the way Kamal was reacting, I thought he thought that the batter did get something on it. Not a clean strike, but just enough to get it away from the fielder inside the power play, obviously. Nityanandan, his intentions are pretty clear. The left armer will always provide you with that angle and that little bit of room. To his credit, Kamal's length has been pretty good. Not a bad first over at all. 2 gone, 11 for 1.
वक्त आ गया है लक्ष्मी बासमती राइस को घर लाने का। लक्ष्मी एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती राइस, इसका हर दाना हो इतना लंबा, पकते हुए महके और प्लेट पे क्या खूब खिले।
हाँ, मेरे घर लाने का।
You could see that both these new ball bowlers, Raju and Kamal, they have decent actions, and with the runs on the board, you could see they have that confidence as well, just running in and trying to execute their plans. And also they have the advantage that they've seen the first innings and the message that would have come out from their batters, and what's the different areas that the batters will be finding difficult to get away. That information is always very handy. But execution is completely in the hands of the bowler. And so far, they've done it very nicely. This is in the air. Fielder going back, looking over his shoulder. What a wonderful catch! Looks like it's Chima. Not the easiest of catches when you have to run back. He was looking over his shoulder, got himself into a very good position before he started running after that ball, because look at that. He was keeping his eyes on the ball at all times, and then in the end, with both hands, he plucked out an absolute beauty. The Michigan Cricket Stars are on fire here, as they've got rid of Patel as well in the third over. Chicago Tigers 11 for 2. Wow, what a sensational catch by Rizwan Chima. Complete domination continues for Michigan Cricket Stars. We will see this catch many more times during this season of Sunoco Minor League Championship 2023. Probably one of the best catches, as we watch Raju once again hurrying the batter on that back foot. Will be worth having a look at that catch, because the way he judged it, the way he chased the ball, keeping his eyes at all times, and then using all his reach. He's a tall lad, Chima, and he caught it beautifully. It's another edge this time. Another bang-in delivery will earn him a boundary. Not a clean strike, but a much-needed boundary there. Chicago Tigers, they need to do something about this innings. And I think that fearless approach that we associate with modern day cricketers, probably that's the only way Chicago Tigers are looking at it. Sometimes it's the best way to go about it. The bowling has been very impressive. Another successful over from Raju. He's got 2 wickets now in his first 2 overs. 3 gone, 15 for 2. Two batters gone. First was Subramaniam. You can't blame those batters though. They have to charge. And this one is Patel. But look at Chima go. Beautifully judged. Look at his eyes. Firmly focused on the ball. That big leap and stretch over his shoulder to catch it. Oh, I can watch this all day long. I'm telling you. These are the most difficult catches that you'll ever see. And Chima has pulled off a beauty. Be checking with the production team today, because probably this will go down as the play of the day. In fact, up to now, if you asking me, that's my play of the day so far. But the action hasn't finished yet. Plenty of cricket left to be played in this game. Praveen Kumar, oh, that kept low. It's all happening here. And it's all happening for the Stars. Chicago Tigers feeling the heat here at Tigers Park. The squeeze is on. That's the time where The bowler and the captain, the fielding side, will be looking to get in and bowl as many deliveries as quickly as possible before the batters realize. Down on one knee. Oh, another tumbling effort. Another good effort in the field. It looks like it was Kamal. Couldn't tell from here if it did carry to him or not. A brave effort. They can't do no wrong at the moment, the Michigan Cricket Stars. Good bit of work from Patel. He just walked down to his partner. Just try to slow the game a little bit. Like I said, Stars are looking to get away with as many deliveries as quickly as possible. Praveen Kumar has bowled 4 dots. Maqsood is in the slip. On the attack. This one is off the edge. Over the head of Maqsood that slips. And running down the hill for 4. Nothing has come off the middle of the bat so far for the Chicago Tigers. Every run helps though. Every run helps. Once again, Patel and Nityanandam just getting together. I think Nityanandam has got a cramp. It has slowed the game. Trying to stretch those calves. But yeah, this has been an excellent start there for Michigan Cricket Stars. That power play with the ball has been very impressive. And I mentioned about the 3 spinners. And add Praveen Kumar to that. We'll be seeing plenty of spin. Three spinners I was mentioning about are Mohsin, Zishan Maqsood and Razali Dar. Praveen Kumar is a classical left-armer as well, bowling inside the power play. So a lot of faith shown in him by the skipper, who's a left-arm spinner himself. But look at Raju. 2 for 6 after 2 overs. Kamal looked quite pacey and impressive. He's only been given just the 1 over. Well, the batter has been looked at as we watch the batting card here. Nityanandam, who's the one who's in a bit of a strife with a cramp, but Subramanian gone for 1 and Prithvish Patel gone for none. Manan Patel is in the middle. J. Desai, Shiv Shani, Farhan Ali. These are the new batters. As we wait for the play to resume, we can take a short break here and we'll be back with the live action. Back with live action to finish off the over number 4. Quick single, a direct hit. They couldn't afford to lose a wicket to run out. Lucky on that occasion, they got away with it. All that risk for just that single run, probably not worth it at this stage. It didn't get too far away from the wicketkeeper, who moved very, very quickly, and the throw would have clearly had Patel out of his ground. Not to be on that occasion. 4 done, 20 for 2.
Took that last corner pretty quick.
Sir, I need one hand on the roof, one hand on the pump.
Timeout for Sunoco Go Rewards.
Keep pumping.
With new Sunoco Go rewards, when you fuel, you save because rewards come first.
Kamal replacing Raju. Starts off with a wide. That's the boundary that they need. Nityanandam is recovering from his injury. Kamal, who was getting some swing in the first over, looking for that swing again, not to be. And it just proved right in the slot for the batter with no movement. Desperately needing for some momentum, Chicago Tigers. Another swing and a miss. Good adjustment in length there. Once that movement is not there anymore, he had to pull his length back a little bit. Wicketkeeper Kamran Sheikh holds up the play for slight adjustment to his gear. Got nicely on top of the bounce. It won't run away in that direction because of that outfield. Mohsin gets to the ball. "26 for 2, and time is running out in terms of power play there for the Tigers. And the pacey delivery back of a length, pushing the batters back onto that back foot. This is what Kamal has done successfully in his 1.5 overs. Having seen the first two bowlers of both sides, clearly the two quicker men from Michigan Cricket Stars, they seem more potent than the ones we saw for the Tigers, as once again another pacey delivery, a bouncy delivery, albeit a wide. Again, if you look at Kamal's run-up, he doesn't get much out of his run-up. Strong shoulders, good delivery stride and follow-through allows him to generate some pace. See, slightly stuttering run-up there, in the arc there, but not a solid connection. you have gotten yourself in a hole, it's very difficult to come out of it and regain or wrestle that momentum back. This is what Tigers are trying at the moment. 5 gone, 28 for 2.
वक्त आ गया है लक्ष्मी बासमती राइस को घर लाने का। लक्ष्मी एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती राइस, इसका हर दाना हो इतना लंबा, पकते हुए महके और प्लेट पे क्या खूब खिले।
हाँ, मेरे घर लाने का।
...2023 Sunoco Minor League Championship. Tigers Park and Michigan Cricket Stars have got a stranglehold over their rivals, Chicago Tigers. He's firing him in, Praveen Kumar. Quite wide of the crease, round arm, angling the ball in, cramping the batters for space and not giving him the length to get underneath it. So far so good from Patel. This time the flighted delivery got to the pitch of it, and this time using the angle to his advantage. I think it landed just inside. Yep, confirmation from the umpire. See that wide of the crease angle, this time allowing Patel to lift it because of the slightly slower pace. Could get closer to the ball and get underneath it. Still had to drag it. Ideally, he would have liked to have hit it straight. That lack of pace meant that he had to drag it to get enough piece on it to take it over the fence. Coming to the end of power play. It's again that quicker delivery, angling in with the arm would mean that a single will finish the power play. A subdued one for Chicago Tigers. A very, very good one for Michigan Cricket Stars, as Tigers finish on 34 for 2 after 6.
What's up, Doug? What got into you?
At Sunoco, we know how to fuel peak performance. Fuel your best.
Batting card for the Stars. Openers got a good start, and then the finishing touches were applied by the skipper, who first in partnership with Mohsin and then with Anas Mahmood saw his team reach a formidable target. Innings of the day probably came from Anas Mahmood, 11 of 31. Zishan was steady and classy as ever. In contrast, not that belligerent start that the Tigers would have been hoping for, as we see Mohsin, the right arm leg spinner, hails from Peshawar in Pakistan, and now, like I said, has made USA his home. Excellent cricketer, both with bat and ball. Ball's a slightly quicker delivery, was in the air but away from the fielder. Looks like it was Anas. Slightly misjudged it. Interesting to see Mohsin has started off with 3 real quick deliveries. Quite tall and lanky, Mohsin. As this one's slogged away. I hadn't picked a genuine leg spinner there from Mohsin just yet. Was that an off break? Was that an off spinner? Mohsin mixing it up nicely. Probably working on a few new variations. Like I said, he had a very good Major League Cricket. He made the headlines with a 4 really early in the tournament for the Texas Super Kings. Got through his over very, very quickly. Just 3 of it, 7 gone, 37 for 2.
वक्त आ गया है लक्ष्मी बासमती राइस को घर लाने का। लक्ष्मी एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती राइस। इसका हर दाना हो इतना लंबा, पकते हुए महके और प्लेट पे क्या खूब खिले।
हाँ, मेरे घर लाने का।
Very impressive bowling card so far. Raju with the wickets. Praveen Kumar bowled well. So did Kamal. Mohsin, a very good first over and a very rapid first over. Barely took a minute and a half to complete that over. Knocked him over. Praveen Kumar once again angling that ball in with the arm. And Patel had no answers for that. Completely defeated against the pace and guile of Praveen Kumar. A desperate knock from Patel has come to an end. He's gone for 11 of 13 deliveries as Tigers slump further, 37 for 3. Shiv Shani, the new man in. He was the pick of the bowlers for Chicago Tigers. Have been asked to do a lot with the bat as well. They've really fallen behind with the run rate. Required run rate has now jumped to 11.92. Also, very impressive feature of this Michigan Cricket Stars bowling innings is that they've rattled through the overs very quickly. Already into the 8th over. Looking for that big strike. But he perishes. A high ball. Taken in the deep there. Another unsuccessful attempt to take the charge. He was falling away. His weight was never into the shot. Clearly got beaten in the flight, and catching has been good for Michigan Cricket Stars. This is disastrous start now for Chicago Tigers. They're clearly struggling to put up a challenge against this very impressive Michigan Cricket Stars. Suffering from injury, Nityanandam has gone for 21 now, and his team 38 for 4. It's been an absolute procession in the middle. Jay Desai is the new man in. Very sorry batting card there for Chicago Tigers. Come out swinging to begin with, and then when they lost the wickets, they didn't know what to do. They really let themselves down so far. Bit of confusion in the running, and that does happen when your team is in such trouble, facing a huge total. The batters don't really know to stick or twist at the moment. You can see the buzz and the body language there from the Michigan Cricket Stars. They're really enjoying the proceedings as they got Tigers on the mat. 8 gone, 38 for 4.
Took that last corner pretty quick.
Sir, I need one hand on the roof, one hand on the pump.
Timeout for Sunoco Go Rewards.
Keep pumping.
With new Sunoco Go rewards, when you fuel, you save because rewards come first.
Another high ball, another opportunity. This time he's dropped it. And he just slipped as well. Looked like he sprained his ankle. Hope everything's okay. Looks like it's Raju Mohsin, who bowled really quick in his first over. Righted that first delivery and created that opportunity. It went a begging. (2023) Sunoco Minor League Cricket Championship in full swing. Games coming thick and fast, and we're going to have a full fixture list on the weekend as well. Look forward to many more exciting contests. This one is kind of fizzled off after the excitement of the first innings, where the battle was pretty even for most part. Both the teams were going at each other. Again, it's time to thank our sponsors Sunoco and Lakshmi Basmati, putting their support behind this Minor League Cricket Championship. We're truly grateful for their support, and like I said, a lot of cricket coming your way. You can follow all of it on YouTube, on the MLC network, on Twitter at MIL Cricket, Facebook at MILCUSA, and Instagram the same as well at MILCUSA. Plenty of action, plenty of exciting content, highlights, exhilarating pieces of action available to you on all these social media platforms. Do tune in and support your favorite teams as Mohsin has rattled through another over very quickly. Just 4 of it. 9 gone, 42 for 4.
वक्त आ गया है लक्ष्मी बासमती राइस को घर लाने का। लक्ष्मी एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती राइस, इसका हर दाना हो इतना लंबा, पकते हुए महके और प्लेट पे क्या खूब खिले।
हाँ, मेरे घर लाने का।
No comparison whatsoever in the first 9 overs. First delivery of the 10th over, though, has been carted away by Desai. Praveen Kumar into his final over. Desai stayed back in the crease. Really got underneath the ball and smashed it. Boundaries have been few and far between for the Tigers rather. And just the one so far of Praveen Kumar as well. Quickly approaching the halfway stage. Like I was mentioning in the last over, really impressed with the over rate as well of Michigan Cricket Stars. This one has been helped on its way. For once, he just erred in his line. That was down the leg side and just helped it on its way. Use the pace. That part of the ground is pretty quick downhill. That's the second boundary of the over. Shiv Shani, that was his first boundary, as 50 has been brought up in the 10th over, 53 for 4. Another opportunity, an easy one. Mohsin absolutely gobbles it. Praveen Kumar deserved that wicket. He's bowled beautifully. And Shiv Shani couldn't repeat the performance with the ball. It is asking a lot of him with the bat as well. With the run rate climbing, he had no options and he perished in the cause. This innings is really capitulating for Chicago Tigers. Half the side is back in the hut inside the 10 overs. 53 for 5. $54 for 5. Really a struggle with the bat. The cream of their batting lineup already back in the hut. This contest looks like a mere formality now. Praveen Kumar finishes his spell with extraordinary figures of 3 for 24. He bowled in the power play as well. An excellent return for the left armer. And his team is right on top here at the Tigers Park. This is a sorry batting card for Chicago Tigers. Just a start for Nityanandam for 21, but rest of them left a lot to be desired. Mohsin come up with a bag of tricks. Not just his usual leg spinners, but a mixed bag of quick off spinners, sliders, just variations all around. This one was a drag down. Disappointed with it, as Desai really got hold of it. An absolute freebie. He apologizes immediately to his skipper, Mohsin. Gleefully accepted by Desai. Looking to run it down past that slip fielder. Have to say, a dangerous stroke with the slip in place. Jay Desai. It's really nothing to lose from here, so he can enjoy himself. Quite a productive over there for Chicago Tigers at the moment, but like I said, they seem to be out of this contest. 13.64 is the required run rate. Mohsin goes through yet another over. This was the genuine leg spinner, trapping Desai on the crease. Not a vociferous appeal at all. 11 gone, 65 for 5. Skipper Maqsood with the ball as that attempt at the non-striker end from Mohsin. It's a narrow escape there. Maqsood got himself into a bad position. Could understand that with this rough square and wicket, it'll be very hard to take a throw on the bounce. Maqsood was hoping for a direct hit, which wasn't the case. Looking around at games in the minor league championship, like I said, there's a full weekend of games coming up, and there will be games in all divisions tomorrow and Sunday. Check the schedules, check where your favorite teams are playing. As we watch this slog sweep from Patel. Oh, what a catch! What a wonderful catch there! He was airborne when he took it. He had to cover a lot of ground, which he did with pace, but still needed a lot to do in the end, and he pulled out that dive and caught it as clean as a whistle. This is magnificent cricket. Take a bow. Nicholas Curtin is the fielder. He started off things with the bat for the Michigan Cricket Stars, and look at his contribution in the field. Absolutely stunning. Wow. This was some catch, and it absolutely sums up the dominance of Michigan Cricket Stars. As Jay Patel walks back, Chicago Tigers 67 for 6. Well. I've said this game as a contest must be over, but there's still some great skills on show here. None better than Nicholas Curtin's catch in the previous over. Earlier, I called Chima's catch for the play of the day. I think Curtin has definitely beaten him in that race. You do not see a better catch than this more often. Successful over for Zishan Maksud. Runs with the bat. And a wicket in his first over. Chicago Tigers 67 for 6.
What's up, Doug? What got into you?
At Sunoco, we know how to fuel peak performance. Fuel your best.
Oh, got through him. It looked so simple. Raza Ali Dar with his first delivery goes through the defenses of Desai, who's been pretty set, but it looked so easy. Top of middle stump. Cannot believe Jay Desai as Raza Ali Dar makes a contribution with the ball immediately. It cannot get any simpler than that. Just a regulation delivery. Just went through his defenses. Chicago Tigers really slumping further with each passing moment, 67 for 7. Chicago Tigers at the receiving end of an absolute thrashing there from Michigan Cricket Stars. And what's worse for Tigers, they still have to face them tomorrow as well. They would have to think very, very quickly what they want to do overnight and come back and produce a better performance in all three departments. The strength and depth of the Michigan Cricket Stars have proved too much. And with this victory, this seemingly evident victory, the Michigan Cricket Stars will leapfrog the Tigers in the points table as well. They will jump to 4 points, leaving the Tigers sitting at 3 after 3 games each. And if this game is anything to go by, Stars will be favorite to win tomorrow as well. And that will further strengthen their position in the table. Let's talk about picking up your favorite team. So the 2023 Sunoco Minor League Championship will kickstart its season in Atlanta tomorrow as well. That's the first set of games will be played over the weekend at a brand new facility in Rydell, about 50 miles north of Atlanta. You'll see the local rivalry begin over there as well. Atlanta Fire and Atlanta Lightning. With some changes to both the squads, really offer some mouth-watering contests as well over the weekend. As Nicholas Curtin once again looking to have an impact, this time concedes an overthrow. But really, it's just academic, the proceedings of this game, as far as the result is concerned. But it's a long season, and we've seen at times net run rates do play an important part. So it's best to not give up for the Chicago Tigers. Get to as many runs as they possibly can. Stars are not making it easy for them. As another over's come to an end, 73 for 7. This is in the air. Another opportunity in the deep. Curtin once again takes another stunner. Another beauty from Nicholas Curtin. He's been sensational in the field. His second catch of the day. Probably not as spectacular as the first one, but very, very good take nonetheless. He had to balance himself, steady himself when he got underneath the ball, and he made sure that the ball remained in his hands when he rolled over and his elbows hit the ground. That is excellent techniques for any youngsters watching. This is how you take your high catches. Give enough cushion to his body from his elbow hitting the ground that it didn't jar the ball out of his palms. And that is sensational work once again in the field. Another one bites the dust, as they say, for the Tigers. In the end, seems very near for them, 73 for 8. Zishan Maksud now with very impressive figures of 2 for 4. That is after his contribution with the bat as well. It's an innings saving knock of 44. And I'm so glad to see this, that they're not messing around with the overrate. I've been very critical in the past where the minor league championship games have taken forever with the teams taking too long to bowl their overs. But today, the Stars in particular, but both the teams in general, they've really maintained a good over rate as well, as Zishan finishes another one. 14 gone, 75 for 8.
वक्त आ गया है लक्ष्मी बासमती राइस को घर लाने का। लक्ष्मी एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती राइस, इसका हर दाना हो इतना लंबा, पकते हुए महके और प्लेट पे क्या खूब खिले।
हाँ, मेरे घर लाने का।
Oh, how soft is that? Another wicket for Raza Ali Dar. He's got 2 now, both on the first deliveries of his first and second over. This is very, very soft dismissal. Poor all round. A loopy full toss and helped straight into the hands of the fielder as if he was doing some catching practice just before the start of the game. Chicago Tigers have really, really crumbled in this contest, and it's not getting any better for them. Patel gone, and with 9 wickets gone, Chicago Tigers are on the brink, 75 for 9. The last pair is in the middle. The 2 that started the bowling for Tigers, Farhan Ali and Sinha. Since the innings break, it has been completely one-sided affair. in all honesty, if you really sum up the proceedings, after the 15th over of Michigan Cricket Stars innings, where up until that stage the contest was pretty even, the Michigan Cricket Stars really turn on the screws, first with the bat through skipper Zishan and Mohsin, and then Anas. And then with the ball, it has been completely one-way traffic since the beginning. Staring at a huge defeat, Chicago Tigers. Almost the last rites of this game being written. In the air, not enough elevation. Salidar really tempting for Hanali with a loopy delivery, tempting him to go big. He didn't have to wait too long, but once again, not enough elevation to bring any of the deep fielders into play. Generally, you look at both teams, like I said, they will be playing tomorrow as well. If you look at their strengths and weaknesses, man for man, definitely the Michigan Cricket Stars look a better outfit. And that will put him in very good position tomorrow to complete the double over Chicago Tigers. And that will give them some breathing space in the table. Zishan, like he did with the bat, will be looking to provide the finishing touches. Big appeal, and that's it. That's the end of the game. Chicago Tigers have been bowled out for 79. And Michigan Cricket Stars have completed a comprehensive win. Raza Ali Dar sweeping very quickly and getting the better of the last man, Sinha, who couldn't make into his ground. Handshakes on offer. A dominant performance there from Michigan Cricket Stars, and they've completely and thoroughly outplayed Chicago Tigers, who would have to do something real special very quickly to be able to put up a better fight tomorrow when these teams lock on once again. The margin of victory, a massive 110 runs. Not a contest at all, like I said, after the 15th over of the Michigan Cricket Stars' first innings. Zishan Maqsood with the bat. He batted beautifully for his 44, held the innings together. Anas Mahmood provided the finishing touches, which was started with a blistering cameo by Nicholas Curtin at the top of the order. Farhan Ali, 56 runs. He went for the 2 wickets. Won't be pleasing him at this moment. Shiv Shani probably was the pick of the bowlers, 2 for 23. Patel also had to face that 50-run mark against his bowling. With the bat, though, there was complete capitulation for Chicago Tigers. Nityanandam, suffering from cramps, made his way through to 21, but at no stage this run chase threatened the great bowling and fielding from Michigan Cricket Stars. Praveen Kumar, 3 for 24, was very impressive. Raza Ali Dar picked up cheap wickets towards the end when the contest was literally over. And Raju was impressive with the new ball at the top of the innings, 2 for 6. And Michigan Cricket Stars won by 110 runs. This is how it started. Not ideal. Subramaniam went early doors. They were looking for such stroke play in the power play, but the bowling was impressive and the fielding was even more impressive. This is the first of 3 really sensational catches taken by the Michigan Cricket Stars in the field. That was Rizwan Cheema. And the ungainly effort with the bat really didn't have much impact on the outcome of this game. See a few boundaries in this innings. Very few conventional ones like the one you just saw from Nityanandam. Praveen Kumar's left arm spin proved too much to handle in the middle overs for the Chicago Tigers. All their efforts to go free and score some runs, build some pressure, went in vain. Catching was sensational. This one was the rare blemish there on the fielding chart of Michigan Cricket Stars. It's probably the easiest of the high catches that was offered all day long. Mohsin gleefully accepting it. And a rare bad delivery from the tall leg spinner. Zishan, after his contribution with the bat, was helped greatly by Nicholas Curtin in picking up his 2 wickets. This was probably the best catch of the day that propelled the Stars to wrap up the tail pretty quickly. Raza Ali Dar with 1 and Curtin coming to the help of his skipper for his 2nd wicket. 2 in a row. Sensational catches. And that probably sums up the day for Chicago Tiger. How tamely Patel lost his wickets to a gentle full toss. And this was the final act of this game, where Raza Ali Dar quickly in from backward point to effect that run out. And that match summary clearly shows the dominance of Michigan Cricket Stars in this game, and the end result, 110 runs, was the victory for Michigan Cricket Stars. A thoroughly deserved win and a very, very important couple of points to go on to the table, and that will leapfrog them over Chicago Tigers, who were sitting on 3 points before this game. They remain on 3 with a massive dent to their net run rate, whilst Michigan Cricket Stars march on to 4 points after their 3 games. Well, I hope you've enjoyed our coverage today. We certainly enjoyed bringing it to you, and we look forward to your company for the next games over the weekend. Until then, it's a very good evening and goodbye from Tigers Park.
You're watching the Sunoco Minor League Cricket Championship, brought to you by our 2023 partners.